Cheers, my brethren. This morning we have a delicious, robust blend of freshly ground espresso, 2 heaped teaspoons of black maca, 2 heaped teaspoons of Jing blend by Superfeast, and a nice big slice of grass-fed cow's butter, all swirled together. It's lukewarm now, and I'm just soaking in the ambience of this gorgeous river. Nice big fat chemtrail recently just dissipated overhead, leaving a beautiful misty white in the sky which was previously blue. Here we are, gentlemen. Another discourse, another truth talk. Let's see how unhinged I can get by the time I get through this double shot of espresso. I've been reflecting a lot on my relationship lately. I've been realizing so much. This discourse with the woman, this back and forth, this dance, it is the true alchemy. It is the process by which a boy becomes a man becomes a god. Because there is nothing so deeply mind-fucking as the woman, which I've previously shared with you, is an allegory, is a metaphor for life. The woman is a metaphor for life. Life is a woman. And so it doesn't matter if you want to be celibate or if you want to be with a woman or if you want to be a lifelong fuckboy, if you want to be a playboy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you want to be a monk meditating in the hills of the Himalayas. You will still have to deal with the woman. You can't escape her. Because she is your mind. She is your unconscious mind. She's going to show up wherever you go. You avoid her in real life, she'll show up in your dreams. She's your anima. You know, I thought when I split with my girl, when she broke up with me, nothing's gonna ice your balls more than getting split up with by a woman. Nothing is going to whip your ego, just like fucking cat o' nine tails, just fucking lashing your ego like getting broken up with by a bitch, by being cheated on by a bitch. Nothing hits you harder if you're in a weak state as a man. If you're not in full frame. I don't like these terms that get thrown around a lot, like frame and congruence and alpha and beta, but honestly, I'm coming to see them as just practical tools that help me navigate this shitstorm. When a woman perceives you as lower value than her, all attraction dies. All attraction dies. The instant that she sees herself as higher value than you. There's another one. Another big fatty. Yeah, there she is. Look at that big juicy trail. Hey, I respect the pilots who can, get up there in the sky and risk their life to spray their friends and family with poison. I respect the level of unconsciousness that you guys are able to exist in. That takes a lot. But hey, let's move on. So I have observed this pattern in myself where I go between investing and withdrawing from women. Investing and withdrawing. And without doubt, the pussy is always wetter when I'm in a state of withdrawing. Without doubt. Without doubt, the more I invest over time, doesn't happen immediately. Sometimes you make an investment and the pussy gets a little bit wet and you're like, oh, great. All I have to do is invest. And then you keep going, but then the pussy gets dry. And it just gets drier and drier until there is no pussy. It evaporates. And this has been such a soul level wrestle for me. A soul level wrestle. I'm talking like powers of good and evil, forces of darkness and light, an internal war has been raging because I have this concept of what good is. And this snags, again, almost all men. You'd be lucky if you're in the 1% of men who hasn't been snagged by this. And that is, we have this idea that the more good we are, the more loving, the more caring. And this has been sold to us by Disney. This has been sold to us. This is so insidious. It's so deep. I didn't realize just how deep this program is. And you can look at it from different angles. Is it for money? Is it for control? Is it just to keep us enslaved? Simple. Just like these trails. Just like these geoengineering lines. Spraying heavy metals on us. Closing our third eyes. Poisoning our food and water. Keeping consciousness bound in the physical, where we can be manipulated. I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe it's the fucking demiurge. Maybe the Gnostics are right. Whatever the case, personally, if you really want to get into it, I think it's the ego. The ego itself is the master controller. You can dive balls deep into this if you read Letting Go. You can get beyond all the conspiracy stuff, which is true, but it's true on a certain level. If you want to go all the way, understand the ego, how it operates. So, if we're going to get into the real stuff, that throat chakra is opening up, boys. If we're going to get into the real stuff, your ego wants to keep you enslaved. It doesn't want you to be a god. It doesn't. It doesn't want you to be God. Because then, what's the purpose of your ego? And it's scary. And it's going to do everything it can to keep you bound. And the woman is the primary tool, the woman in the red dress. The Matrix is all about the ego. The Matrix is the ego. And the woman in the red dress is a creation of Neo's mind. Trinity is a projection of Neo's mind, seeking to keep him bound in the illusion. And she is damn good at it. She is damn good at her job. Because there's nothing more sumptuous in the dream, is there? There's nothing more interesting than those fucking gorgeous hips, than that plump, juicy, peach ass. There is nothing more seductive than those round goblet breasts, than that subtle little smile, that little flutter of the eyelashes. And so, seeking to own her, seeking to have her, to gain her, to dominate her, we embark on this path of pleasing. We go down this road of trying to win her. And we shower her in affection. We give her attention. We worship her. We let her know that she is safe and secure with us, that she can trust us. We let her know she has her heart. She has our heart. She has our soul. Classic path of the man on the early stages of his journey in the Matrix. I convinced myself that if I could just make her feel secure enough, she would fall for me. She would be soul bound, and I could have that little pearl. I could keep that little pearl in my hand forever and ever. I could keep that supply of feminine beauty forever. This is the great deception. If I could just make her feel secure, safe, loved, seen, worshipped, adored. This is the trap. Because she's not attracted to that. As soon as she gets that, her pussy dries up. As soon as she feels like she's safe with you, she checks out. And we've been sold all this BS. We've been sold so much BS, bro. Even by well-meaning, seemingly self-aware women who tell you this. I just need to feel safe with a man. I just need to feel seen. I just need to feel worshipped by a man. That's what opens me up. And the trouble is there's a modicum, there is a splinter of truth to that. But it's only a splinter. Because too much of this safety, I have observed, creates exactly the opposite reaction. Too much of this being the center of your attention creates contempt. It creates resentment. It shuts down her body from wanting to fuck you. And why? Why is that? I'm going to go meta biology here. I'm going to go meta psychology. I'm going to go all the way to the fucking core with this. Why is that? Let's go right back to the start. God. Pure isness, pure being, existing eternally with no beginning and no end. As Alan Watts told us, the Godhead is never an object of its own knowledge. God does not know God. He can't. How can God know God? I'm not trying to reason with you here. I want you to feel into this. I want you to go meta mind and feel into the truth of this. How can God know God if God is infinite? If God is infinite, how can God fully know God? Which part of God knows God? And if there is a part within God that is separate to God, you see what I'm saying? God is eternally unaware of himself. And so God goes on these adventures. God creates these experiences of knowing himself, herself, itself. Fuck, these words, they all just fall apart at some point. And so God creates you, me, women. God creates these vessels by which he can experience himself from many different perspectives, from many different angles. And there are higher and higher grades of experience. There are higher and higher levels, but I'm beginning to feel that there is no finish line. There is no point at which God fully comprehends himself. Let's bring it back to the woman. You'll see where I'm going with this. And so for you to reveal yourself to a woman, oh baby, I'm yours. It's me and you forever, baby. You are my it. You are the stars in my sky, baby, forever. It's you and you only. There is nothing besides you, you know. I thought this was what she wanted. I thought deep down what she truly, and to a degree, this is what she wants. Get this, right? She wants to be worshipped. But as soon as you scratch that itch, as soon as you satisfy that desire, boom, all the tension's gone. all of the power dynamic of her being attracted to you because you have higher perceived value than her. This is how the feminine aspect of God works. The feminine aspect of God wants to keep knowing itself. So as soon as you reveal the magic trick, hey baby, this is how the magic trick works. First I put the card up my sleeve, then I distracted you by pointing your attention over here. Then I pulled the card out and made it seem like it was in between my fingers the whole time. So that's the magic tro. It's not magic, it's just a silly trick. That's how she sees you when you reveal your cards to her. All of the mystery, all of the tension, all of the wonder is gone. Like the dog chasing the truck. As soon as the dog gets the truck, he doesn't know what to do with it. All the fun was in the chase. And this is what I've realized about women. They want to chase. They want to be on the mystery ride. They want to ride the tiger. Something powerful beyond what they can comprehend, beyond what they can get. They want what they can't get. They want what they can't have. That's how you keep the pussy wet. That's what keeps this whole universe going. So you can't give her what she wants. You have to remain out of reach. I want you to reframe this from being like cold and, oh, this is only what those player guys do. This is only what those bad guys do. I want you to reframe this in your mind to realize this is your act of worship. Fuck, that's hitting me. This caffeine is lighting up my brain right now. This is your act of love. If you truly want to love her, you must sacrifice the part of yourself which wants to just pour out the love, which just wants to, I'm going to relate this to ejaculation right now, to semen retention, right? You have to sacrifice the part of you which wants to come all over her face, which wants to just erupt your load deep inside her pussy, or up her ass, or on her tits, or on her back, whatever takes your fancy, in her eyes, Spider-Man style. You have to sacrifice that. And this is an act of loving yourself and loving her as an extension. You see, she does not want you to love her more than you love yourself. This is the trick. She does not want to be worshipped. She does, but she doesn't. As soon as she gets what she wants, she loses. As soon as she gets what she wants, she's sad and bored. You don't want her to be sad and bored. You love her. You love yourself. You want a juicy, sexual, fucking spicy, adventurous, passionate relationship. But you're only going to get that if you love yourself more. She gets to enjoy the leftovers of your self-love. This is what keeps her fucking moist, bro. This is what keeps her fucking juiced for you. She gets to ride your coattail. You know, you're having your adventure. You love yourself. You love yourself more than any woman. This is where it comes back to I am. You fully own God within you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. That's what Jesus said. This is the mystery of the gospel, St. Paul said. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Or another time when Jesus said, whenever you do anything for these little ones, even giving a cup of cold water to a child, you do it to me. Get past all of the fucking religious programming. Christ was saying directly, I am hidden in every person. That includes you. And so self-love, devotion to God, ultimately points you back within. It's got to start there. Anytime you project it out, whether into an idol carved from stone or wood, whether into an external thought form, a concept of God that you've created, based on what a book said, what a person taught you in church, what you learned from Baba fucking somebody, or Swami fucking this guy. It's a concept, but it has to come back to you. It's all about the I am. So if you can truly own this, if you can truly accept you, forgive you, be with you in all of your ugliness, and stop trying to compensate for your feeling. Fuck, we're really opening up. Stop trying to compensate for your feeling of lack by creating external idols. The subtlest, the sneakiest of which is the woman. When you start worshipping the woman. And this worship is very subtle and very sneaky because it's celebrated by society. The Disney princess, Prince Charming. But you bring it back to you, bro. And you start putting yourself first. And the pussy will get so wet, you're going to have to put diapers on her. I'm seeing this play out right now. I'm seeing how every time I choose myself, she takes a step closer to me. Every time, even if it takes a bit of time, she puts you through tests. Life puts you through tests. Do you really choose yourself? Are you indeed the Son of God? Then throw yourself off this mountain. Do you indeed love yourself more than you love me? Well, I'm going to throw a huge tantrum and threaten to leave you. That's the test. Oh, baby, please, no. I love you more than anything. You just lost the game. You just lost all her respect, all of her love. Female love is a tricky thing. And her pussy just dried up. So you see, brother, what goes around comes around, but it has to start with you. Start with you, it comes back to you through the external reflection, chief of which is the woman and your purpose. And along with that comes money and all of that good stuff. But it's all a reflection. You chase that first, you lose. You come home to this and you gain all of that. I'll leave you with this quote. This is from Jesus. Seek first the kingdom, and all of these things will be added to you. Brothers, jump in Zion. You want to master the pussy? This shit goes deeper than psychology and biology and all this surface level shit that's been pushed in dating advice and black pill and red pill over the years. I've seen it all. I've been in this space for years. I've seen it. I've tested it. But none of it fully landed for me until I started going all the way with it. I started going back to absolute fundamentals. I went spiritual on this shit. I went meta. I combined this seeking to know God with seeking to understand the woman and myself and my relationship to all three, because it's Father, Son, and Mother. Holy Spirit is actually Mother. The church hid that from you. So if you want to go balls deep on this shit with me, jump in Zion. Master the pussy. Link is below. See you soon, Kings.